here for my first doctor's appointment. I gotta sound pretty scared, but I'm waiting for the doctor to come out, so I'll holler at y'all later. It's getting real spicy in here. My bad, this whole having a first thing is really whatever. So I just got home from my first doctor's appointment. Excuse me. And I mean, it went exactly how I expected it to go. I mean, like, he basically gave me the gist of everything. He told me my risk. He told me, things I should watch out for. He gave me a couple, some advice on some things. And, he basically laid it all out for me. And basically asked me, if this is really what you want. And basically told me, what I got to do next. So, a couple of things that I should start by talking about is that, for one, testosterone is up. I don't know what the fuck that was. Excuse me. Testosterone itself is not safe. Well, it's safe, but it's not necessarily safe. And when I say that, I mean, like, testosterone is safe to a certain extent. So, for example, males who had to have their testicles removed or any type of thing like that caused them to lose any sense of testosterone within their own body, FDA has approved it to where the testosterone that they're able to inject or rub on themselves, that's approved for binary males, biologically born males. That's been approved. But as far as transgenders, testosterone is not approved for. It's not FDA approved. So it's kind of like an off-label thing. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, but it kind of makes sense because you're basically telling me that it's approved for, biological men who need it for that, but not for transgender. It's that way because of the simple fact that there's not enough money being put into studying, what it means to be a transgender and how testosterone affects the body, yada, 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 things of that nature. So, my dad is pulling up behind me. That's fucking weird. Anyways, so yeah. So, he talked about that. He also asked me about my family history as far as health, as far as cancer, because as you know, cancer and hormones go hand in hand. Cancer kind of feeds off of that a little bit. My dad is weird, so I gotta wait. That's what I was saying. So, cancer basically, in a way, feeds off of hormones. It's kind of like a hormonal thing. And when you have testosterone in your body, that, in a way, affects it. Kind of getting tongue-tied right now. I'm kind of distracted. Okay, I have ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I think I have ADHD. Don't fucking, Okay, back on topic. So, basically, it increases being on testosterone. There's a chance that if you have any type of history of cancer in your family, being on testosterone can increase those chances of you getting like breast cancer and stuff like that. When you get top surgery and things of that nature, it reduces the risk because you no longer have those tissues to get infected. He also brought up having high blood pressure and blood clots, stuff like that, because when you're on testosterone, it increases the chances of blood clots. So with that, I have to be careful with that. That's another thing. But it's like all of these things that he was pointing out were things that I really don't have to worry about because it's like cancer isn't a big thing in my family. Like my grandma had it on my dad's side and then my mom had it. So it was like, the chances aren't really great. Now blood clots and all of that, that's different. But depending on what type of person you are, depending on your health and how you treat your body, blood clots isn't a really huge thing to worry about. He said that was very rare. It was very low risk. Other than that, typical things like mood changes and, just physical changes and stuff like that was really all he was talking about. And he was, he asked me when did I first realized that I was a transgender. And if you all don't know because this is my first video, I realized I was a transgender when I was 15. I was a freshman in high school, and I just felt really out of my body. I wasn't comfortable with who I was. I've always displayed myself as male. I've always had male tendencies. My mindset is strictly male. I don't. How can you be a girl? Okay, I don't know. Like me, I've always felt like I was a guy. I've always like came off as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Even the people I work with say, bro, you really were supposed to be a dude. I don't know how that happened when you were being made, but bro, you were supposed to be a dude. And it's like, yeah, I see that too. But nothing that my doctor said that really meant a lot to me. He told me, he said, you don't have to be on testosterone to be a man. Being a man comes from a mindset. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because mentally, you know, I'm a man. But at the same time, in the same aspect, I feel like that I really need to change my outer self to match my inner self. That would make me comfortable. That would make me happy. That's what I'm going to do. Nothing in this world is going to change that. Until I myself feel differently, internal and outer, and it matches, other than that, unless that happens, you transition it. Like, that's just what it is. That's what I feel comfortable doing. That's what I'm going to do. So my doctor basically laid out the map for me. He basically told me that he recommends that I go and see a therapist so that the therapist can give me my letter. The point of going to see a therapist is basically the therapist basically diagnosing your gender dysphoria. Basically saying, like, yes, this person should go undergo this treatment to be okay. Basically, the letter, some people only undergo one therapy session. They're like, yeah, here's your letter. But once I do that, they'll fax my letter over to my doctor. Once my doctor gets my letter, he will call me, talk to me, ask me if I really want to do this, and which way would I want to take the testosterone. There's 4 ways you take testosterone. You can get it with gel, which you rub on your body every day. You can get a patch, in which you wear it, and you have to change it. Or there's this thing where I forget the proper word for it, but they basically they're like pellets, and they basically like cut a hole in you and they put pellets in you, and then you have to go back and do it like every 3 months or something like that. That's weird. No one really does that. And then the other one, which is the best option and the cheapest option, and the option that everyone really goes to because it's once a week and it's really not that bad, which is injections. And more than likely, my preference will be injections because I don't know, it's the most common. It feels comfortable. It feels like the safest. That's the one I'm going with. So all I have to do now is get my letter. Once I get my letter, fax it. After I fax it, I get my prescription. Once I get my prescription, I start taking testosterone, and a real nigga boy all over again. Self-made. But that's what it is. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting me and being patient in this process. I know it took me a long time to make this video. I apologize. It took a long time because I had to find a day where I could leave work while I wasn't supposed to leave work. Because, you know what? We're not going to talk about my job. I don't like that job. Getting another one real soon. But, yeah. So, I won't only be doing videos when I go to the doctor. I won't only be doing videos when I'm injecting myself with testosterone. I won't only be doing videos for that. What I'll be doing videos on, I don't know. I got a little thing in the little bio description. Not the description that's below, but the description that's on my page to tell you what my page is about. Got a little gist of what kind of videos I'll be doing. But I mean, really, I'm here for whatever y'all want to know. Any information you want to know, I'm here to give it to you. Because I know there's a lot of people younger and older than me who are ready to go through this process but don't have the resources or don't have the mentors or don't have even a person to just look at it and be like, okay, this is what you're doing. Okay, this is what I got to do. Okay, I'm here for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the information aspect of everything. So if you got any questions, if you want to know anything, you free to DM me, inbox me, all my social media profiles, or any link. I'm not hard to find. Just Jace, Glenn, or anything, you'll find me. But yeah, you got any questions, you want to know anything, even if you want to have a personal conversation with me, I will not share. You can inbox me. You know, I'm here for that. But I appreciate y'all watching. Please subscribe, follow my social media, and stay tuned in. Stay tuned in, because I will have a lot of great things to show you. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you. Okay, I'm a little hyper, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up off here. But it's Glen Juice forever. Don't forget that. All right.